Greetings, Earthlings. Welcome to Mars. My name's Felden, and this is the Supplying Mars Challenge. Hello everyone, and welcome to Mars, and the Supplying Mars Challenge that has been set forth by our good friend Mr. Pete Gaming's Livehouse. Now, as you can see, we are looking out onto the wastelands of the planet of Mars. It's an interesting looking place, and we are here to help supply the colony. Now, this challenge has a few interesting sort of setups and rules and regulations and requirements and stuff. So let's have a look at this tablet that Mr. P provided us, which has all the instructions on it. Okay, so we've got the setup instructions here. Number one, you start on New Farmer mode, and this map is called Mars by Farmer Bob, and you should be able to find that on Google or whatever your preferred third-party mod site is. And yeah, so rule number one, besides get the map obviously, is you start on New Farmer mode, and then you need to sell off all the equipment that you start with, all the tractors and vehicles and whatnot. Then you have to place 10 Meridian style silos, and you've got like the Meridian flat bottom type ones, the new AGI ones that we got in a DLC just recently for free. Basically any silo that you have to fill with a conveyor belt system. It doesn't matter what silo, which silo, what brand or anything like that, so long as it's that particular style that requires the conveyor belt. And then once you've got those silos and conveyors all set up, you have to reset the money to 1.5 million, and that is what you use to purchase all your starting equipment. And you've pretty much got free reign on whatever farming equipment that you want. Buy what you can afford, buy what you think you're going to need, and hopefully you'll make the right choices. Now, onto the rules and regulations of the challenge. So, number one, you are only allowed outside in a tractor or to open doors, and you're also allowed to hop out if you need to access production facilities as well, those sorts of things. And number two, you are only allowed to fertilize your fields with manure, slurry or digestate. So it's got to be that whole sort of organic fertilizer thing. Think of the movie The Martian. You had to fertilize your spuds with poo. But anyway, moving swiftly on. From there, you have to fill all the... there's two pens in a biodome just across the way here. You can see one off in the distance there. There's another big one just next to us here, and if I look up you can see we are in a biodome as well. Now, there's another one off in the distance there that has two large cow pens in it, and in order to complete the challenge you have to fill both of those pens to maximum. And then you also, using the production facilities on the map, you have to produce a trailer load, a semi-trailer, full of flour. And once you've produced that much flour, you can do whatever you want with it. You can sell it, you can run it through more of the production facilities and make other stuff if you want. That's entirely up to you. Now, to finish the challenge, you have to have at least 2 million in the bank of whatever your preferred currency is, so long as you have 2 million units of it. And then you are also allowed to use super strength. Obviously on Mars at that point we might have exosuits, that sort of thing. Flight mode is allowed, although you can only be outside in a tractor, so unless you want to fly around one of the biodomes you don't have much choice there, but you can use it. And you can also use some sort of toggle HUD hider type mod, and player speed are the only assists that you are allowed. So this is an interesting challenge. We are surviving on Mars. We don't have a great deal of stuff. Let's turn the HUD back on now that think about it. And yeah, so this is the dome that we start in. There's a shop trigger just over here, a repair point, and cell point just here, and this is our sleeping area, the sleep trigger. I don't think there's a wardrobe trigger on the map, but you can get to that through the menu. But yeah, so what equipment have I got? Now, as you can see up in the top right corner, I've got 202 grand left. Now, there's a few things I do want to buy, some other placeables, and there are some placeables already here that I'm going to sell because we don't need them. But for now, remember we talked about doors. Now this is one of the doors that you can open. This is the airlock to our way out. And you can see the first of the vehicles that I've got, and it's this AB Swiss lunar rover. Let's call it that. So that is our first vehicle. It's quite a cool little thing, diddy little tractor or wheel steer. And it's about 106 odd horsepower, something like that, I think. And if I open the door while we are here, we can look out onto the marsh and landscape there. Very exciting. So yes, let's hop in this tractor and go see what else we have. Okay, you can see some equipment off in the distance there. Some of it seems to have rotated around, but that's okay. So we're going to pop over here and see what we've got. Okay, first off, we got a combine harvester, and we have the Lizard twin screw. Why? I mean, why not? It's only the R300 model, but we got an extended grain tank on the top of it. And obviously it's got these lovely tracks on it. It's a big square sort of lunar looking machine, I think. And we got one of the Fent headers. This, I think it's a base game one. It was one of the recommended ones, and it's like 9 meters, and it looks pretty good on there. So that's our combine harvester. And this big old beastie is our mower. You're thinking, why that? Well, let's have a quick look at it. This is the John Deere 8600i forage harvester with the IT runner back on it. That I think is like 48,000 litres, something like that. So it's a pretty decent size back, and it's interchangeable as well, so we can get more if we need it. Like if we want to store up some tanks of stuff, we can do that. And at the moment it's got the Zurn Profi Cut 610 header, which is an all-crop / mowing doohickey. We will at some point be getting a corn chopper as well, as and when sort of time comes and we have placeables. We'll be getting that to make silage, to make digestate, and possibly to feed the cows as well. Next we have the Great Plains planter. I forget what the number code is on this. I don't think it says it down here, but oh, there we go. It's the YP2425A. Now the reason I got this is because it does everything. Everything a seeder or a planter can do, this can do. So that's good. Now I think it does have fertilizer tanks on it, although I'm not 100% sure. But if it does, we cannot fill those with fertilizer, because it'll take the chemical stuff which we cannot use on the fields. Next to us here we have a Joskin water trailer. That's a 10,000 litre one, I think. And we have the 82 Studios spreader. This is only going to be used for lime, obviously, and it kind of matches up with our little doodad over there, so that's pretty cool. And next to us here is our main tractor for now. It's the Case IH Magnum Autonomous tractor. This is entirely robot controlled, so we can use it from either from the TV station over there or from our vehicle as well. We have an in-cab HUD which we can connect to this and drive it remotely. It's a very nice tractor. Very nice indeed. It's like 400 odd horsepower. The turning circle's a bit not good on it, but you know, it does the job. And back here we've got the old Lizard 9MT plough, which is a decent size. And we also, on the back here, we have some TLX dumper trailers. We've got 2 of the X2s, and they are both with the unrealistic capacity, so they should have like 82,000 litres each, something like that. And they are on these lovely tracked bases, which is very nice. We may get a lorry cab that matches with these at some point. Haven't completely decided yet, but for now those sort of go with the case. And we also have this. This is the digestate spreader, the X2 tanker, in the digestate slurry spreader configuration at the moment. If we need to, we can change that to do water or fuel or other fluids as well. But for now, that is in the digestate state thing. So yeah, let's grab our tractor over here and go and have a quick mosey around. Now, one of the first things we are going to need to do, like I said, is get some more placeables put down. So, no, in fact, I'll tell you what we are going to do. We are going to connect up to the case tractor and set that off ploughing, because if we look at the map here, all these fields, they all need ploughing. All 15 of them have to be ploughed. So yeah, that's going to be a big task. So what we are going to do is, let me find it here, it is, I think it's this one. Yes, let's connect to that, and there we are, we have connected to it, lovely. Let's start her up and roll out into the field. It was a good thing we opened the door before, so we can zoom out. Yeah, it would also help if we take the plough with us, wouldn't it? I wonder how many of you were yelling at the TV to hook up to the plough. Yes, well done, Feldon. I was in such a rush to get out and use the tractor, I forgot to take the implement with me. Whoopsie, my bad. Okay, yes, this should work a bit better now, hopefully. But yes, an interesting tractor, very cool. Like I say, the turning circle is not the best, but it is a fully autonomous tractor, so that is very handy indeed. So let's get over here, and no, don't lower it down yet. Okay, get over here, and if I can line up correctly on the edge of the field, because there's a few wonky spots up at the end. Lovely. Okay, and let's set this off on a robot control mode, doing its thing. Lovely. Okay, let us reconfigure our HUD, disconnect that. Okay, here we are. Let's reverse, because that's the correct gear to leave things in. And so yeah, what we are going to do is have a quick mosey around the base here, or the what do you call it? The Mars surface. See what we've got. Now over here you can see there's some other silos. That's the colony food storage stuff. Those are not ours. They came with the facility, and we don't need those specifically. But we may use those to store cash crops in. But those aren't part of the challenge. Now over here, I took out a water point that was there previously and replaced it with this much better water point. It's much better because it's free. And since this is a water reclamation facility, I figure they'll be straining and reconstituting all the water to get all the filtering. That's the word I'm looking for, not straining. It's not soup. Yeah, they'll be filtering it all and taking all the impurities out, and you'd end up with like a leftover sort of fertilizer thing, and that's what we've got there. It's a little slurry / digestate cell point, which we will need in the beginning. So we are definitely going to use that. Now, just around these hills, let's go this way I think, you will see there's a few odds and ends. Oh yeah, you can see down there in the distance there's solar panels, and we did add a few solar panels ourselves to that, so we'll have a bit of sort of monthly income from that. Now over here we have the grain mill, I believe this is, on the right. So that we will be using to make the flour with. That's good. Now here, these are a couple of things we are going to get rid of. So if I hop into the old build mode, what we've got here is a fertilizer tank, which we can't use, so we're going to sell that. And also here we have a liquid fertilizer tank, which we are also going to sell, because we don't need that either. Now here we have two Karma 16 silos. If I recall correctly, they take seed, I think it is. Where are they? Karma 16. Oh no, is it silo extensions? Was it containers, there we go. Karma 16. Yeah, they take 27,000 litres. I think it's seed, possibly lime. Since we need to actually check this and activate it, we're going to pull alongside and hop out and just click on the wrench here to see exactly what it requires, or what it holds. Seed and mineral feed. Okay, let's hop back in the tractor before we run out of air in our makeshift spacesuit. As you can see there, we're totally wearing a spacesuit. Totally, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, now these two things we are going to leave here because we don't, well, we can use those, because one thing we are looking to put down is a seed plant, manufacturing facility for seeds. Now these are garages. We're not currently using those for anything because some of our vehicles wouldn't fit, so we just kept them over there. Now what we are going to do here is, if I pop up this menu again, we are going to replace these greenhouses. Now we don't have to, we can use them as they are, but what I want to do is replace them with hydroponics greenhouses, because, you know, we're on Mars, and I figure we'll be doing some hydroponics. So we are going to ditch all of these and replace them with 3 of our own. Okay, one there, one there, and one about there. Lovely. Okay, smashing. Now let's just get over here, and we'll pop in one of them and just have a quick look at the old thing there. Open the airlock and whiz in. Okay, here we are. Yeah, we've got they only do the 3 standard things, but they require water, liquid fertilizer, and then they use that to produce the stuff. So what we'll likely do is grab a few bags of fertilizer perhaps, and some water, and bring that all over here at some point. So that will be fine. So that's good, so we'll get them underway at some point. Okay, let's run back to the tractor. Or the moon buggy, I should say. The Mars rover? Yeah, it's called their Mars rover. It is a neat little thing. So what's next? Oh, production chains, yes. Those are over this way as well. So let me find those. Oh, you can see some trees up in the distance there. Now I've got to remember where these things are. I think, yes, you can see over there some of the silos that we put down. Those are the challenge silos. I went with the AGI West Steel flat-bottomed grain bin things, and they each hold 500,000 litres. So I'm going to have a merry old time filling up 10 of those, aren't I? Yes. Here we are. This is the other stuff. Now, again, what we've got here is, if we pop into, not that button, you muppet, this one. We have a bakery. Now, we could use this with the flour once we've made that to make bread or cakes or something, but we're not going to do that. We're going to sell that. Now, we are going to get a production facility later on down the line, but it's not going to be that one. This is the spinnery. We're going to hang on to that because we are going to do the sheep at some point, mostly just for products and for selling. Now this we are not going to need. This is the grape processing unit. Not going to be doing any grapes on here, so we are going to ditch that. And that leaves us with the oil mill. Now I think we are going to hang on to that, potentially in case we can make some oils of some sort to sell. So what we are going to put down here though is, let's see, how much money do we have? 286,000. Okay, we are going to need a hay dryer facility. I mean, we could put that'll do both hay and silage, but that's a bit expensive. So what we are going to do is we're going to get this fermenting silo here. It's a little bit old school, but it will work. It will fit our needs. And we are going to pop that, let's see, where can we reliably place this? Okay, I'm going to pop this back here by these other large tanks. Try not to block anything, that looks fairly square. Bosh, lovely job. Okay, and the next one we are going to need is a grass dryer of sorts, and that is this one. Now this should dry our grass, which will be lovely. I'm sure there's a pickup point somewhere, but I can't quite see where it is yet. Is it around the other side? Ah, that's where we pick it up from. Okay. I see. So yeah, let's zoom out a little bit. This I think we are going to put in around about here. Perhaps. Yeah, that'll do. Well, will it? I mean, we could technically put it over here and just squash the land down, but that's going to cost us way more money than necessary. Although, I could, I suppose, weasel it in back here somewhere. It cost us an extra 4 grand to lower some of the ground here, but I don't think that would be a problem. Yeah, let's square it up a little bit. Oh, crikey, that's a lot, isn't it? That's an extra 5 grand. Let's go with that there. Lovely. It takes a little bit out of the wall, but that's okay. Not too worried about that. So that's got our hay and silage situation sorted, which is good. Next on the list, we are thinking about getting a BGA, or possibly a couple of BGAs, so we can get multiple crops on the go, making the digestate for us. But for now, let's have a look here. Yeah, that was potentially the one we were thinking of, because we can put quite a lot in that. And if we use, when we're doing the cows, we can take the slurry out and pop that in here as well, which will be good. So we get straw and silage and slurry running through here, maybe potatoes and sugar beet eventually. That's a possibility. Let's see, there was something else we were looking at too. I think it was a sugar mill. That is quite an expensive sugar mill though, 80 grand. I mean, we could get that one, because that is going to do sugar and syrups. I'm not quite sure why it needs, what's that stuff? Straw, or even sorghum for that matter. But, yeah, let's get that. Why not? I mean, how bad could it be? Okay, now we do have to remember the input is one side and the export is the other side. So I think what we'll do is plonk this one just down here. And this is from the packing productions and thingies pack that you get a few different buildings in it, as well as a packing facility, so you can combine all the special ingredients and, well, not special ingredients, but all the different things you can make with these packs. You can combine them into things that sell for more, that sort of deal. So yeah, that's good. Another silage production. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now. Was there a dairy on here? I don't think there was. Well, we'll ponder the dairy. We may get one of those later on. Yeah, I think we are good for now. We could get the... oh, seed factory, that was the thing, wasn't it? That's what I was looking at doing. Let's see. There's a couple around here. That's animal feed. I think we're back onto the standard ones now. Yeah. What have I done with my seed factory? I've lost it somewhere. Seed, where are you? So, digestate, manure. Biogas, multi-production. Well, that will do seed. But that's 170 grand, we don't want that. I may not have gone far enough. Ah, there's this one, yes. 30 grand for... I think that requires herbicide. And you can make seed and fertilizer with it. Okay, well let's get one of these. Yeah, if we pop that in, I don't think there's anything on that back side. Ah, that's the production thing. Okay, yeah, well let's pop this. I think that was the one, actually, let's just double check. Ah, this might have been the one I was looking at getting from last time. 45 grand. Yes, this is the one I've been using on, what's the challenge? The No Tractor Challenge. It is quite a tasty, tasty production facility. So, let's see if we can weasel this thing in somewhere. Quite sure we could put it in here at the back of the garages. Is there anything on that back side? Nothing on that side. Must be... ah, it's on this side, okay. Yeah, let's wedge this thing in here. Because it does do a fair amount of seeds for not too big of a input, so... Decisions. Do we want to do that one or should we do a different one? You know what? I'm going to take a punt on this one, see what it does. So we are going to get stuck in the things. I'm going to pop it down here. There we go. It costs less, and we can probably buy all the products to throw in it to make us some seed. So, yeah, that's good. Now, since we are in this mode, let's run over here and look at the... oh, the tractor's finished too. Lovely. These are some solar panels that we put down ourselves. They will make us some money during the... oops, that was not the button I was looking for. Where are we? Oh yeah, it's just over here, so that wasn't too far. Yeah, these are the solar panels that we put down. Now, technically they're actually sheds, but they are also solar panels that generate quite well, so I figured they fit quite well here on Mars. Now we may actually look at taking a leaf out of Mr. P's book here. Generators, they're under productions. I was thinking we might put down a couple of these as well to boost the communications, so to speak. Now there is a flat hill up here, although putting it right next to the mountain wouldn't be the best thing. Oh, here we go, yeah. Let's pop a couple up here on the top of the mountain. See if we can't get a... There we go, one there. And another one right there. In fact, let's put 3 up here, because 3's a good number. In fact, you know what, let's go for 6. Get some massive communications on the go. Let's keep it the same direction, same orientation. 1, 2, 3. Lovely. So we got our communications there. Splendid. Good news, good news. And that should hopefully help us during the dark hours. So yeah, that is our little thing all done. For now, we are on a roll. We've got 78 grand left, which is not bad. I need to go and find some lime. Now, oh yes, that was the other thing we were going to do. There is a lime production point up here, which we are also not going to be using because we're not going to be getting stones. Now, even though we did use a plough, and I may have forgotten to turn field stones off. Please tell me I remember to turn field stones off. I didn't. Rude. Oh well. So yes, we've now got a field full of stones. Because I think, let me turn that off now. Yes, just up here, you can see hoving into view is, well actually there's a big white pile of lime up there, and also this dome on the right, the very end one, that is the cow dome. That will come into play a little bit more in the future. Now these four here, they all have animals in them. We've got cows, chickens, sheep and pigs. Now the pig ones we're not going to be using at all, so at some point we're going to sell those. And the chickens we're going to keep because we're going to need some eggs. And the sheep we are going to keep because they just need grass and we can get that easily enough, or hay. So yes, this is a lime production facility. I don't think it has anything in it at the moment. There it is. No, it's completely empty. 12 stones make 9 lime. Well, I don't like that. So what I'm going to do, there is also a crusher, debris crusher of the debris around here. And, oh, let's leave that. That's not doing anyone any harm. But yeah, we are going to get rid of this. We are going to sell that, and we are going to purchase in its place a interesting, here it is, little sell point. This is the Easy Way Fruit Shop extension with a 30% discount. Why are we getting this? Because we can. Ugh, we can get also stuck on that massive crane. God, that's annoying. So yes, we are going to plonk this in around about here, I think. Lovely. Ah, that's the other thing I forgot to do down at the other place, was fix the terrain. Yep, so let's just fix that. Lovely, all done. Smashing. Okay, so let me get away from that hideous crane up there. So annoying. And let's buy ourselves some lime. Now, hopefully it's not going to be too expensive. Okay, 4,000 for 25,000 litres, because this does have the unreal capacity in it. That's probably not too bad. 4,000 for 25 grand. Let's have a quick look in the shop just for safety. Where is it? Here it is. I think it was the big bags that are usually 2,000, so maybe that was a bit over the top. But, oh well. Yeah, we've spent it now. So we would have needed, what, 12 of those? 1,200 times, or 12 times. Okay, yeah, well, that's maths. I can't be worried about doing maths at the moment. But, oh yes, the other thing, let's reconnect to that tractor. Or where was it? There it is. Reconnect to this. And set it going on the next field. Now, we'll worry about those rocks later on. They may reset or get ploughed out or rolled through or something, who knows. But yes, we shouldn't get any this time around. So let me start this going on its way again. There we go. Lovely job. And let's just see what kind of stones they are. If it's going to show us. Where are stones? Yeah. Maybe it's not showing up because we turned them off, so it doesn't believe they exist anymore. Or I'm just not seeing something. Yeah, oh well. Yes, let's reconnect to, or disconnect from that tractor and set ourselves back to here. So, while that tractor is ploughing from that end, we are going to start up this end spreading the lime. And this is where I'm going to leave you all as we begin on our journey to try and supply the colony of Mars. So with that, if you've enjoyed whatever this was, then please give us a like and hit that old subscribe button too there if you haven't already. And comments are always welcomed, and if you would like to share this video, that would be greatly appreciated. And I'm missing spots on the edge of the field, that's not good. So yes, you can see that I've got some more of these West Steel bins up here, the AGI ones. Lovely little bins. Going to take a lot to actually fill those, but yeah. So yes, on that note, I'm going to carry on liming these fields, and we've got our robot tractor down there ploughing, and we'll most likely cross over somewhere in the middle. So yes, on that note, I do hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope we will see you all again next time as we continue on with Mr. B Gaming's Livehouse Supplying Mars Challenge. Cheerio everyone.